Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Yes, it's me again. Look at me. I'm going to show you how I make some braised short ribs. I made braised short ribs, some green beans, and I might have made the mashed potatoes. I do have a video on here about how to make mashed potatoes. I will link that below, but here we go. All right, so here is what I use. I'm making braised short ribs, so this is what goes into it, okay? So obviously the short ribs. I got 3 packs. It's only a few of us eating, so yeah. Onion soup mix, some beef broth, bay leaf, some better than bouillon, some fresh thyme, onion, carrots, celery, onion, granulated garlic, salt, and pepper. Now you can use onion powder, garlic powder. I like the granulated onion. I have both, but I do prefer the granulated better. Simply because when you put it on, I feel like I can see it and it'll make a crust better, but whatever. It's seasoning, okay? You don't have to use what I use. And I'm gonna say this, you can also use some red wine. Some Chianti would be good. I'm not using red wine, but you can, yeah, and you don't need a whole boatload of seasoning for this meal. You just need to season it well and cook it slow. That's what you need. That's what this dish requires, is that you season it well and that you cook it slow. It does not require 50 lamb seasonings. If you want to put 50 lamb seasonings, that's you. It's your food. You put on it what you want to put on it. But it's not necessary for it to be a good pot of braised short ribs. Okay? So, and I'm going to just tell you, this is choice. They did not have Prime, or I would have gotten Prime, but they didn't have it. So we got choice. Again, you can still make it good. You just got to season it well, cook it right. Okay? Okay. I know I was going to forget something in my little ranting. Tomato paste. So I line them into a pan, take all most of the fat off, and I wash them, scrub them, and then that is not going to render down, so you want to take it off. And then I just season it with my seasonings. You can let it sit up to 24 hours or whatever. It doesn't really require that, but you can if you want. If you want to like get it done the day before and get it out of the way, that way you can get it started early in the morning. Totally up to you. Here they are, all seasoned up and ready to go into my pot. So you're gonna heat your pot up so that when you put your oil in, it does that. I failed to tell y'all fresh garlic. I assumed everybody would know, but you know what happens when you assume. So fresh garlic as well. So you just want to move the vegetables around to get the big stuff at the bottom until it is fragrant. And obviously we're not going to cook them all the way here. So 3 to 4 minutes is enough. And here you're going to add in your tomato paste and beef bouillon. You're gonna let that go. I'll let this cook about 7 minutes because I want that tomato paste to cook. And then after that, if you want to add red wine, is where you would add your red wine and let that reduce for about 15 minutes. So because I did not add red wine, I'm gonna add some flour, about a quarter cup of flour, and let that cook because it's gonna help with it thickening up a little bit. And whether you've added red wine or not, you're gonna add in your beef stock. If you want to use beef stock and water, it's fine. I use all beef stock. It is up to you. I used a regular beef stock and then I used a less sodium beef stock as well. This is a big pot. It is hard to make this salty, so you definitely want to season it really, really well at every step, okay? I go ahead and I add my short ribs in, and then I top it off with more stock. Okay, so then the onion soup mix. Then I'm gonna add in my beef, my bay leaves, and my thyme. And then I'm gonna add my short ribs and then top it off with more stock. Got ahead of myself. It be like that sometimes. All right, so here's where I've added my beef ribs, my short ribs. I'm gonna add some stock in here so that I can top my pot off. You don't want to lose all this seasoning up in here. Is it mandatory to do this? No, but I do it just because I just do. And I just scrape all that out and top it off on the pot, in the pot. Okay, pot is topped off. You want to, I just move the vegetables around. I don't really want them at the bottom to stick. And then I'm gonna cover it and let it cook for about 3 hours, stirring every so often. This is like midway through the cook. If you see where you're losing a lot of liquid, you may want to top off with some hot water or some beef broth. It's up to you. Here they are, ready to be served. Again, I'm always pulling from the bottom because I want to make sure nothing is sticking. And here it is, all done. It was good. They were very tender. They had just enough fat left on them. You don't have to leave any fat of them if you don't want to, but I do leave a little bit just because I like it. The mashed potatoes were really good as well. The green beans, I just blanched them, blanched them in some really salty water, strained them, and cooked them in some butter, garlic, salt, and pepper. I kept the green beans really simple. And Maya made the mashed potatoes. They were really good. Like I said, I have a video for them linked below. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.